what's in here. Oh yeah, there it is. I think that's it. Oh yeah, nice. Oh yeah, I believe this is it. Let's see. Oh yeah. All right, yeah. If nothing about that looked wrong to you, you need to hang around for a minute, okay? I have some things to talk with you about. Yes, there are so many new shooters out there now, and it will include old shooters, but so many new gun owners, and we're a little afraid that gun might be stowed away somewhere with ammo as expensive as it is, and everything keeping us indoors, the lockdowns. You might not be getting to a range, and that firearm, unfortunately, might be in a shoebox somewhere. Hopefully not. We'll talk about that. We want to address quickly a couple of things like storage of a firearm, just basic safety, things we hope you're thinking about, especially if you're a new gun owner. So yeah, there have been millions, the estimates range all over the place, 6 to 8, 10, million new gun owners out there. So I mainly want to address you all, but anybody that might be in this category. And just to think about where you are with ammo, very, very expensive, many cases not really readily available. Where is your firearm? Did you just buy a firearm and acquire it somehow and put it somewhere and you haven't seen it or touched it for a month, 3 months, 6 months, a year? Don't know. And so there is some concern that people are not getting the training or the experience, they're not exercising that firearm they bought, okay? One thing about firearms and any new endeavor, if it's new to you, it's difficult to master one of these things. None of us really master them unless your name is Rob Leatham or something, right? And I'm kind of talking handguns primarily, but it could be a shotgun or a rifle or anything, a cannon. But they're difficult. They're difficult to master, whatever it is, a semi-automatic, a revolver, whatever it might be, muzzle-loading percussion revolver. It takes practice, but more importantly, we're not as concerned about whether or not you're going to become an expert marksman, okay, and you can beat Rob Leatham. That's not really the important thing right now. The important thing is, are you storing it properly? Are you getting familiar with it? First of all, storage, you want to make sure it's locked away or away from unauthorized hands, fingers, eyeballs, or at least hands and fingers, right? You want to keep away from young folks or whoever should not have access to it, okay? So secure the firearm, that's the most important. Do not keep it in a dusty old shoebox. That's not advisable. Now, I know there's people probably, there's always at least one gullible person, right, who thinks, oh my gosh, Hickok keeps his revolver in an old shoebox. I don't do that. So you want it really secure, gun safe, key lock, just, your situation, secure that thing, okay? You can't go back in time, can't turn back the clock, you can't rewind. If somebody gets a hold of that, they shouldn't, or there's an accident, okay? So just very, very important. Safety is the most important. And then main thing is get to a shooting range. Most of you can't walk out your side door and shoot, but if you can, that's your shooting range. Get to a shooting range. You might not be a new gun owner if you have your own shooting range. And exercise the firearm. Get familiar with it, even before you get to the range. I highly recommend you very, very carefully, and there's lots of things you can do. I got some ammo here, for example, some dummy rounds. Yeah, Hickok rounds. You can put those in your firearm. If you just bought, say, a Glock or some kind of semi-automatic like this, you can get these dummy rounds, or no rounds, or whatever, but it'll help you mess with the firearm and get familiar with how it works. You can actually, you'll see, I think I remember how they showed me this works. You put that in there. Yeah, and that puts it in the chamber. And then when I pull the trigger, that bullet goes out, that gets ejected or whatever, but another one goes in. Yeah, that's right, another one goes in. Let's see, I unload it by pulling that out. And is it still loaded? Yes, there's a round in there. Just those basic things. And then read the manual. How do I break it down? You pull back on this. And yeah, that's right. That may be harder for you the first time or 2 or 5. and you take it apart and just get really familiar with it, whatever it is. There's a little P365. I got the same kind of ammo in it. It's fake ammo, you know, semi-automatic, that round end of chambers, the one you have to watch, of course, it's semi-automatics. You know, take it apart, get familiar with just how it breaks down, how you field strip it. Later you can learn how to take the slide apart, you know, to clean it and that sort of thing. You don't have to do that very often anyway. So just get as familiar with it as you can, keep the ammo away from it, you know, and just field strip it a few times, really get comfortable with it. The feel of it, how it feels, and you can do dry fire, of course, with these. That's one of the purposes of these, and practice the trigger control. You know, it's not as expensive ammo-wise, is it? And there's just lots of things you can do. I'm not going to cover everything. I got a cleaning snake out here. You got make sure you got your cleaning stuff. You got a rag, keep it wiped down so it doesn't get dusty in a shoebox or wherever you keep it. And you know, be getting your holsters together, holsters you like. You know, I like these pocket holsters for really little guns, and you know, so you got time to do some of that and become very familiar with the firearm. Don't neglect it. That's the thing. And get to a range. The next step in that is I highly recommend you get to a shooting range, whether it's outdoor or indoor. There's a lot of good indoor ranges, and take a course. There are a lot of basics courses. I was talking to somebody just the other day that teaches one of those, under $100. I think it was like 69 bucks or something. And then you got to buy a box of ammo, of course. And depending on where you are and what the range is, you might get a discount on the ammo. But even if not, if you have to pay $100 or $150 to spend, I don't know, a day or however many hours it is, 2 days, and really learn about that firearm from an expert, unlike me, someone who's a trainer, someone who is trained to take new people through all the important steps of a firearm. And there'll be other people there just like you. And you know, it's just a fraternity kind of develops, really, and you're all learning together, and you will really enjoy that class. I guarantee you, you really will, and you'll want to take more probably. So a basic class, get to the firing range if you possibly can, take one of those. If not, until then, buy a box of ammo, go to the range and shoot the thing. Get really familiar with it, okay? Do not neglect that firearm, all right? Especially if you're depending on it. If that's what you might pull out. You know, if the bad guy is coming tonight, you want to be able to feel comfortable with how it operates, how it works, okay? So just important stuff. Don't neglect it. That's the basic thing there. Learn, you should know the laws, of course. If you have taken a CCW class of any kind, you know the basics of the laws. If you have not, you don't have a carry permit, you know, study up and know whether you can carry that in your car, under what conditions, and that sort of thing, okay? And just be smart about it. Understand ammo, read, look at videos. There's a lot of good information out there. What's a 9mm bullet do? How far will it go? Okay, what kind of ammo should I carry? Hollow points or something like this? A safe bullet like that won't hurt anybody. You know, what ammo is best to carry? Realize the danger, the penetration of a round of almost any kind. Okay, it's just all important stuff. It's a fascinating area to learn about. I've enjoyed it most of my life, and I think you can tell that. And many of you have, well, some of you watching have. We're mainly addressing the new gun owners, but be aware there's a lot that you don't know, okay? And you don't even know what you don't know, all right? And just keep an open mind, be very, very careful, work with that firearm you have purchased, or 2 or 3, whatever you have purchased. Could be an AR-15 and a pistol or a shotgun, and learn how it works. You know, where ammo is expensive right now, maybe you don't want to spend a lot of money on ammunition, just take the time to understand better how they work and keep them clean, okay? How you're going to service it, and learn more about it. Study the history of the firearm you have, the company that made the firearm you have. You know, it's an interesting endeavor. And that's kind of all I wanted to cover. Just don't let that firearm you purchased rust away somewhere, okay? Because they will rust. And if you have them loaded, you'll pull one out, and you maybe have seen it in the last even 2 or 3 weeks, and there'll be a lot of, you know, like dust or, you know, maybe some crud in those chambers. So keep them maintained, and seize the opportunity while ammo is hard to find to learn more about it. But get to a range. That's so important, and get around some people that are like-minded and learning about their firearms. So for whatever it's worth, that's That's my advice, okay? And it's probably worth what you paid for it. Life is good.
Alright. It's a long walk from where I had to shoot that. Oh man. Oh hey, didn't see you guys there. Since you're here, I want to let you know about our friends over at Talon Grips and Ballistol, talongungrips.com. Check out everything they have over there. You can get lots of different grips, the stick-on grip textures for your handguns and rifle grips, so go check them out. Also Ballistol, they're a firearms lubricant or anything else you might need lubricating. It's water soluble and non-toxic. Been using it on the compound and cleaning all of our guns. It's a cleaner and a lube for over 10 years. So Ballistol, Talon Grips, definitely check both of those companies out. And also, while you're on the internet, don't forget to go to hickok45.com. You can also find us on Facebook, Hickok45, Twitter, Hickok45, Instagram, The Real Hickok45, and also I have an Instagram page where I post behind the scenes stuff and different things like that. John, John _ HICKOK45 on Instagram. And the next thing you have to do is watch more videos.